Either you run the day, or the day runs you. That's how I'd like to begin today. You see, most people think success is about massive action, about doing the big thing, climbing the mountain, winning the game, building the empire. But success doesn't begin there. Success begins the moment you open your eyes each morning. Because how you start your day is how you shape your life. Let me ask you this. When that alarm rings, do you rise with purpose, or do you retreat with excuses? I had a mentor once who told me, if you can't win the first hour of the day, how do you expect to win the rest of your life? That hit me hard, because he wasn't talking about business. He wasn't talking about money. He was talking about discipline, mindset, clarity, direction. You must conquer yourself before you conquer the world. Every morning, you face a small battle, the battle between comfort and commitment. Your morning holds the power to shape your entire day. The way you begin sets the pace, the tone, and the direction for everything that follows. When you wake up and immediately check your phone, rush through the routine, or hit snooze 5 times, you're already starting from a place of reaction, not intention. But when you wake up with clarity and purpose, and you take control of that very first hour, something powerful happens. The day starts to work in your favor. Most people underestimate this simple truth. They think success starts at 9 a.m. with meetings and hustle. But success truly begins the moment your eyes open. What you do in that first hour determines the kind of energy, mindset, and productivity you bring to every other hour. It's not about how much you do, it's about how you begin. Waking up early doesn't just give you more time. It gives you mental space. It's in those quiet moments before the world starts demanding things from you that you can breathe, think, and act on what truly matters. Whether it's reviewing your goals, reading something uplifting, exercising, or simply sitting in stillness with your thoughts, those early moments belong to you. They are your chance to build a foundation of focus, calm, and discipline. If you consistently win that first hour, you send a message to yourself and the world. You're in charge. You're not being pulled by life, you're leading it. That sense of leadership over your own day creates a chain reaction. You become sharper in decisions, more intentional in actions, and more confident in your direction. Win the first hour, and the rest of the day can't help but follow your lead. Every morning, you're faced with a decision, and it might seem small, but it shapes everything. When the alarm goes off, do you get up with purpose, or do you sink back into the comfort of your bed, telling yourself just 5 more minutes? That moment reveals more about your mindset than you might think. It's not just about sleep. It's about discipline. It's about training your mind to do what's right, not what's easy. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's built, brick by brick, through small daily choices. And it often begins with rising early. There's something powerful about choosing to get up even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because in that act of rising, you're already proving to yourself that your goals are more important than your comfort. That you are in control, not your feelings. That you are committed, not casual. Most people want success, but they want it without discomfort. They want results, but they don't want to pay the price. Yet the real price of success is paid in moments of discomfort, like when you wake up early to work on yourself before the rest of the world even opens its eyes. When you train yourself to rise with purpose every morning, you're building a habit of self-respect. You're saying, my dreams matter. My time matters. And over time, that discipline spills over into every area of your life, your work, your health, your relationships. It's not about being perfect. It's about being committed, especially when it's hard. If you can win that first decision of the day, you start every morning as a leader, and leaders don't wait. They rise. True success doesn't start with external achievements. It starts with mastering your inner world. Before you can lead a team, run a business, or create the life you want, you have to lead yourself. That means getting clear on your thoughts, habits, and mindset. The biggest obstacle isn't the market, the economy, or your background. It's the daily battle happening inside your own mind. Until you conquer that, all the outer success will either feel empty or remain out of reach. Most people focus so much on doing more, achieving more, and chasing the next goal that they forget to check in with who they're becoming in the process. But here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your ambition, you fall to the level of your preparation. And preparation starts from within. If your mind is cluttered, your emotions reactive, and your habits weak, then no matter how big your goals are, they'll be built on shaky ground. Your mornings are your opportunity to tune in, reset, and take charge of your internal state. It's in the quiet of the early hours that you have the chance to reflect, to realign, and to program your thoughts for the day ahead. This is where you remind yourself who you are, what you value, and what kind of energy you want to bring to the world. Because once you've built inner stability, clarity, confidence, and self-control, external challenges no longer rattle you. You respond instead of react. That kind of internal leadership doesn't just make success more likely, it makes it sustainable. You don't just get results, you become the kind of person who naturally attracts them. That's the true foundation of success, mastering yourself first so the rest can follow. Everything starts inside. Conquer that, and the outside world begins to shift. What you do every morning isn't just a routine. It's a message to your mind and body about what matters most. The small, consistent habits you practice at the beginning of each day shape the direction of your life more than the occasional burst of motivation ever will. That's the power of a solid morning ritual. It's not about doing 100 things. It's about doing a few things that ground you, focus you, and get you ready to win. Successful people don't leave their mornings to chance. They build structure. Whether it's reading a few pages of a good book, writing down their goals, stretching, praying, meditating, exercising, or simply sitting in silence, they use the first part of their day to align their mind with their mission. These moments become a sacred space where they reconnect with what they're working toward and why it matters. When you do this consistently, it becomes more than a routine. It becomes a rhythm that creates calm in the chaos, a rhythm that reminds you of your power even when the world feels unpredictable. You're not just reacting to life anymore. You're responding with clarity, purpose, and control. That consistency becomes your edge. Most people look for motivation, but real power comes from habits. Habits take over when motivation fades. A powerful morning ritual, done daily, doesn't just prepare you for the day, it transforms you over time. It builds mental strength, emotional resilience, and laser focus. Even on the hard days, your ritual becomes a source of grounding. It brings you back to center. So, while others are drifting through their mornings, you're sharpening your sword, quietly, consistently, and intentionally. And that's what separates those who get by from those who rise above. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. When you begin your day with purpose and discipline, you're not just checking off a box. You're developing traits that naturally draw success toward you. The way you carry yourself, the energy you project, and the habits you embody all send a signal. And life responds to that signal. Your morning discipline speaks volumes before you ever say a word. Every time you choose to get up early, resist distractions, and focus on growth, you are telling the world, I'm serious about my life. And that seriousness creates a magnetic pull. Opportunities, people, and ideas begin to flow your way not because of luck, but because you've become someone who is prepared to receive them. You've created a personal gravity. When you commit to showing up for yourself every morning, your confidence grows. Not because of external validation, but because deep down, you know you're doing the work. You trust yourself. That trust becomes the foundation of everything. Your decisions become sharper, your presence stronger, and your goals more believable. People around you start to feel it too. They see the difference in how you speak, how you move, and how you think, and that difference draws attention. It's easy to believe that more effort equals more success, but in truth, the right energy attracts more than force ever can. When you become focused, grounded, and intentional each morning, you stop chasing and start attracting. That's the secret. morning by morning, action by action, you are becoming a person success wants to be around. You don't have to force it. You just have to become it. And when you do, the results will chase you, not the other way around. There's a big difference between simply waking up and truly rising. Waking up is automatic. It happens whether you're ready or not. But rising up, that's intentional. That's a decision you make. Every morning, you're presented with a choice. Drift through the day or step into it with purpose, fire, and direction. And the people who consistently choose to rise are the ones who separate themselves from the average. Rising up means more than getting out of bed. It means entering the day with a mindset of leadership, not laziness. It means taking charge of your energy instead of letting the day pull you in every direction. You're not waiting for the day to happen. You're setting the tone. You decide what matters. You decide what deserves your attention. You decide how you're going to show up, no matter what comes your way. This mindset shift is powerful because once you understand that the first minutes of your day are your responsibility, you stop blaming circumstances. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop leaning on luck. You start creating momentum with every small action. You walk into each day like it's yours to command, not yours to survive. People often wonder why success feels out of reach. It's because they never take the time to build themselves in the quiet moments. They never rise before the noise begins, but those who do, they don't just stay ahead, they stay in control. They lead with vision, they execute with clarity, and they carry themselves with certainty. So tomorrow morning, don't just open your eyes. Rise with intention. Stand up with strength. Walk forward with direction, because the world isn't waiting for another sleeper. It's waiting for someone awake, aware, and ready. And if that's you, success won't escape you. It will follow you.